Now look at me, crying on the podcast. This was in year 7. It's 20 years ago. And I'm a fucking prick.
Hi everyone.
Why does that always get me? Whenever we have to repeat anything, it fucking gets
everyone.
me.
Welcome to episode 42.
We've made it to 42.
We have.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Gaz.
And this is
Bromantic.
And these are some dad jokes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I
see?
like that.
Slid into it way better.
So not me going, we're going to start off today. Are you going first or am I going first?
Segment number 1.
We begin the day.
Presented by Ryan first. Not all math jokes are terrible. Only some.
Why my head went to arithmetic? I was like, how's that going in there? My wife said she's leaving me because of my obsession with tennis and that I'm too old. I said, I'm only 40, love.
Very good. My balloon elephant wouldn't fit in the back of the car, so I had to pop the trunk. It's not good.
Worked on many levels. I liked it.
Oh, you liked it? Oh, good.
What do scientists call it when a male alligator won't mate? A reptile dysfunction.
Is an alligator a reptile or an amphibian?
No, reptile.
It's a reptile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is a frog an amphibian then? I think
Isn't it to do with the backbone? No, it's vertebrate and
that isn't it? Yep. I'll skip over that one.
Amphibians are
They live in water and land.
eggs.
So you think if it's eggs, it's reptile. If it's live young, it's...
No, I think it's if it's eggs, it's amphibian. Maybe.
The reptiles lay eggs.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to look this up. I'm using the dad jokes.
They love a tangent. Don't think they're hating this.
We're in the middle of dad
Don't think they're
jokes.
hating this.
Amphibians are small vertebrates that need water or a moist environment to survive. Species... Yeah, small vertebrates. There you go.
So,
Frogs, toads, salamanders, newts.
that's it. That is it for the amphibian family.
Yeah, the species in this group include frogs, toads, salamanders, and newts. All can breathe and absorb water through their very, very thin skin. Amphibians also have special skin glands that produce useful proteins.
You're telling me a turtle is not an amphibian?
Nope. Amphibians are a class of cold-blooded vertebrates made up of frogs, toads, salamanders, newts, and caecilians, worm-like animals with poorly developed eyes. Right, back to dad jokes.
I took my new girlfriend out on our first date to the ice rink. The entry was only half price. She called me a cheapskate.
It's bad.
I like that one.
My brother just admitted that he broke my favourite lamp. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to look at him in the same light ever again.
God damn it. God damn it. I let my girlfriend borrow $100 from me, and 3 years later, she only gave me back 50. We separated. I lost interest in that relationship.
Knew that was...
It's quite long, that one. Quite wordy.
How do you catch a unique bird? Unique up on it.
That's terrible.
How do you catch it? All right, how do you catch a tame bird? Tame way.
Mate, whoever wrote that was running out of material, definitely. When your girlfriend comes home in a white suit, covered in bee stings and smelling like honey, you know she's a keeper.
I really regret going to the Star Wars themed sex party. Turns out the guy in the Darth Vader mask was my father.
Oh, God. Oh, God. A police officer left a nice note on my windshield to let me know that I'd parked my car correctly. It said, parking fine.
Parking fine, for those that didn't hear.
No, I laughed on it. Silly me.
As I handed my dad his 50th birthday card, he looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "You know that one would have been enough."
Oh, that's good. I've offered my elderly neighbour $20 to try out their stair lift. I think they're going to take me up on it.
My dad said, "Look at that flock of cows over there." "It's a herd of cows," I said. Dad said, "Of course I've heard of cows. There's a flock of them right over there."
That's a good dad joke, that one. That's a good dad joke. My wife hates it when I call her a bodybuilder. She's pregnant.
That's good. Why do flamingos lift up one leg? Because if they lifted both, they'd fall.
Oh, yeah, I see that one coming. I was in the supermarket the other day when a guy threw a block of cheese at me. I thought, well, that's not very mature, is it?
That's a good one.
I don't know if that lands or not.
My dad asked me if I knew that the people living nearby a cemetery can't actually be buried in that cemetery. "Why?" I said. He said, "Because they're not dead yet."
Factual and funny. Once upon a time, there was a king who was only 12 inches tall. He made a terrible king, but he was a great ruler.
I'm not laughing at that. It's fucking awful. It's awful.
I really like that one.
What's the stupidest animal in the jungle? A polar bear.
I'm not sure if you had more to that. See, you love that one.
That's a good one.
Is that a good one, is it?
In my opinion, it's a good one. Guys, welcome.
Welcome.
It's a delightfully bright and early morning. I was going to say the day and realise it's irrelevant.
It is definitely irrelevant.
It's late at night once again. We're here for you and for us.
And for
because
us.
it's the only time we get to hang out outside our families.
Yeah.
If you've liked what you've just seen and think that you'll like what you'll see coming up, just give it a like and a subscribe.
Yeah.
Do it now before you realise how shit the rest of this is.
That's a tragic thing to say.
Yeah.
I do, however, have something I'd like people to comment.
Oh,
don't
I won't
get that,
interrupt this time. I'm not going to interrupt. I always interrupt and I feel bad. So
Yeah. Well, it's not like name your magical beast or anything like that. It is. We have got our 1 year anniversary coming up in 10 weeks. So we've got plenty of time to prep.
Okay.
So what I want people to comment what they would like to see. Now, nothing ridiculous, you know.
I think you're brave for doing this, but carry on.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't listening to them, did I? I was just curious.
That's fair.
So if there's any like activity or sport or challenge or game or anything really that you think you would quite like to see us do or play or interact with, I would definitely like to hear people's ideas. We've got 10 weeks of prep, so it can be a little bit preppy.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely see what we can do for that
Yeah, I'm
one.
going for that.
It's a big 1 year. It doesn't even have to be within this studio. If you think it's something we could do, go somewhere or something like that. I don't know what on earth we would go to. But just in case, it's almost like, do it over a meal.
Okay.
This is great.
No, we'll just move all this off.
Yeah. So I'm interested. I want to know what people
let us
think.
know. If you've got any ideas, let us know. Oh, but that's a good one. I enjoyed that.
I can think of a few people racking their brain right now.
Jesus.
Yeah, making notes. Ready for a big
Oh,
comment. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Walk around a museum together.
Just so you're aware, we're not going to listen to your suggestion if you're not subscribed.
Yeah. So you better get subscribing. Or else
Yeah.
we won't listen.
Because we know how to check subscribers.
Yeah. Oh God, I wish we knew how to check. Oh God, I wish we knew how to do that.
If we knew how to operate any of this.
Yeah, we're like driftwood.
Just see how it goes, mate.
Which is nice. Anything technical? No, we're just drifting.
Is there anything that can do it itself?
Yeah, it's my impression of driftwood. This is it.
I like you're taking the waves into account, not just drifting.
No. It's definitely rocky. The waters are choppy, I tell you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Enough about Ryan's depression. On to some emails, I believe.
By Jove,
Don't
we are
panic.
definitely on. Well, I realised I hadn't
We've
loaded
got
them up.
time.
No, okay,
It's
thank
fine.
God, yeah. Email number 1 coming in is called Praise, Questions, and a Gift.
Beautiful.
Now, earlier I did send you the gift,
You did.
but I did not read the email.
You did not.
So, did you read the email?
No.
Did you read the email?
No. I mean, no matter what I say, you're not going to believe me unless I say yes. So, but I didn't read the email.
Okay, fine, I believe you. Don't do what...
You got me.
Yeah, I did. Right. Anyway. This is from our lovely Plot Armoured.
I love him. T.
T. Hello, fellas. I hope you're having a good day when you read this, and may the rest of your week be as lovely as the two of you. I'd like to start by saying thank you again for the content that you are putting out. You're most welcome. You are in your sweet spot when you are giving dad advice. It makes me reflect on my relationship with my father, and recently I called him for the first time in 6 months after watching you advise someone else on a previous episode.
Jesus.
That's great. I mean, brilliant.
How do we do this?
I don't know. We're just two guys driftwood, honestly.
Driftwood.
So,
Perfect.
although each episode starts with chaos and you do a great job of ending with compassion, you two really are beautiful souls inside. And the packaging is also great to look at. You devil. You silver-tongued devil.
I do this just for the eye candy.
Yeah. You're a silver-tongued devil. Crikey. I'm blushing. To steer it back to what is important, the quest questions for this week. For Gaz, is there anything that you would like to see happen in the quest that hasn't, or is there anything that you regret doing in hindsight?
I don't think there's anything I regret doing, because it's going to sound really corny, but it's like led till now, and I don't know what the other avenues would have been. So I quite enjoy where it's gone. So I don't think there's anything I regret doing. Is there something I regret doing? Is there something I go, fuck? No, I do.
Oh.
The only thing I regret doing is the first challenges to get the shield.
Oh.
I didn't think about them,
Yeah.
and I fucked up.
Yeah.
I regret that, but not in a way of like, oh, why did that go in there? But,
You regret that Gollum is a rat because of you.
yes, and that I killed Jack, the lizard, because I just didn't think.
Yeah.
Like I just made every mistake possible.
We did.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you let the innocent, no, you let the scurvy people go.
Yeah,
And they mocked you later on, didn't they?
It's a bit of a mad one. Do you know what I don't regret? Punching the stable master.
Do you know what I was thinking? Right? Fuck that guy. The other half of that question was: there anything you would like to see happen in the quest that hasn't?
A sex scene. Just because I want Ryan to talk it through to me.
You're in luck.
Next episode.
Just you wait.
Something I'd like to happen. Gollum.
For Ryan, how do you approach developing the story for the quest? Did you write most of it out in one shot, or do you work on it each week? That's a very good question, actually, because what I did is I originally come up with the whole story, and then every week I kind of design each episode on where that's going. So there's a part I want to get to each episode, and then when we get to it, then I just end it. But I let Gaz lead how we get there. I never interfere with what Gaz is going to do, so sometimes that can be very bloody difficult, and I have to create elements within the story. I do wing it a lot of the time, I'm not going to lie about that, but...
I don't think you have much choice sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do shit, and it's just like, why?
For example, there is obviously no way that I planned Gazmatraz going to prison. Like, twice. Like, that just had to be fucking thrown in there, and then I had to just run with it. So, yeah, that's definitely... It's definitely... I've got the story, and then when I had the story, about 7 or 8 episodes in, I thought of a much better, bigger story, which has been incorporated within the whole thing. So it did kind of grow as the podcast went. So for both of you, if The Quest were to be made into a film and you could not play any of the parts, who would you like to cast as Gasmatraz, Ryking, Brienne, Jackie Moon, and Gerwin?
Who would be Gasmatraz? Some ginger. It's got to be ginger, isn't it?
I think I'd quite like Cavill to be Ryking.
Of course you would.
Grows a bit of a beard.
Not Thor. Who plays Thor?
Chris Hemsworth. No, he's too...
Yeah, okay, fair.
I'm glad I just pulled a face out, you know what I meant. That's perfect.
Yeah, okay. See, I'd like... My ideal, obviously, would be Jason Momoa. Love Jason Momoa. I think he would be brilliant.
I think that's fine.
Like a big... But he'd have to be red-headed. I don't think that would suit Jason Momoa.
I know what you mean. Well...
I mean, I'm fine with him. Yeah, Jason Momoa. Jackie Moon. Who would play Jackie Moon?
I've got a few characters in mind, but because she's quite a buxom lass...
I've got 2 in mind.
Oh, go on.
So, Gal Gadot, I think would be great.
God, I have no idea who that is.
Wonder Woman.
Okay, yep.
Or, who's the one from Fast and Furious?
She's in that D&D movie as well, isn't she?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Don't know her name, though.
Huh?
Don't know her name.
No, I don't either, sadly. You know in Game of Thrones, Brienne Tarth?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm trying to think of someone like big and sturdy.
I mean, I think the camera work can do that.
Yeah, no, I do know what you're saying, yeah.
The problem is, my thing with Jackie is I think that although she's big and powerful, she's beautiful. That's what I kind of have in my head with Jackie Moon. Like, she's a very...
Yeah, I agree. The problem is when I try and think of someone to play her, in the world of cinema, like, muscular women, really, there aren't many.
No.
It's not really, there aren't really, like, fit, buff women in the world. And I don't know why.
Yeah, she'd have to be like a tonk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'd probably go to more like a CrossFitter or someone like that. Or, you know, bikini...
yeah, like a female bodybuilder, like thick.
Yeah. That's where I'd probably lead. And
Yeah.
I really can't think of any actresses that kind of take that biscuit. So,
That's fair.
for the next part of that question is Brienne.
Brienne.
Yes. Oh my God, if I drop this phone one more time. I think Brienne's a good one as well, but I'm really struggling to answer that one as well.
I think someone childish looking. Millie Bobby Brown.
I hate her.
Do you?
I do.
Not Millie Bobby Brown then.
Yeah, no, I'd appreciate that.
Has to be someone that looks quite juvenile.
Yeah, it does. Someone who looks innocent almost. God, I don't know. I don't know many child actors. Yeah, a bit puzzled on that one. The thing is, my issue with Brienne is obviously I try to look to Hollywood when I think of actors and actresses and stuff, and I just... She's not a Hollywood actor kind of role.
No, she's very innocent.
Yeah, you know,
quiet.
like young Hermione.
It needs to be someone that hasn't got a character attached to them already.
Yes, yeah.
As Brienne.
I do think like Emma Watson when she was a teenager,
Yeah.
something like that for me.
Yeah.
Can we claim that?
Yeah,
Teenage Emma Watson?
Emma Watson before Harry Potter.
Yes, yeah, there we go. Grand, perfect.
Who
and
else?
Gerwin. Gerwin's a tough one. Now, this is going to be a strange call, but I would love to see someone like, I'm going to say his name wrong, Idris Elba.
Really? Playing Gerwin?
I think he could do an elaborate character quite well.
Yeah.
Because a little bit of me went to Will Smith as well. Because of his role as the genie. But then I'm like, I don't think it's enough.
My head goes to... like comedic actors that have also done like something fun, like Jim Carrey back in the day.
So that'd be great as well.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Like can act seriously.
Yeah,
but like I would say like what's the guy that does like Happy Gilmore and all that? Adam Sandler. I just don't really like him.
That's fair.
I don't really like him as that. Sorry, Adam, you didn't get the part.
Yeah. Nice try, bucko.
Um,
The thing is as well, I think I've gone for Idris and Will Smith is because I think he's quite an imposing character.
yeah, so
Gerwin.
he's powerful, but jokey with it. Like,
Yeah. And I do think those sorts of characters. I think Jim Carrey could do that as well. So I wouldn't rule him out either. But
I think Jim Carrey would be more of a sinister Gerwin as opposed to a powerful Gerwin.
yeah, I'd quite like that though. I think that'd be a nice twist on the character. So yeah, that'd be my.
I think you know what? The more I think about Idris Elba, the better that sounds.
Yeah, that's the first person that
Idris
comes to my
Elba,
head to play him. So I think Idris Elba could do crazy quite well.
Yeah,
and Gerwin strikes me.
But crazy, but playful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not playful. But
Yeah.
playful, but not playful.
Like laughing at things that shouldn't be laughed
Yeah.
at. Like, when you're killing your best friend.
Yeah.
And he's
You're
like,
like,
oh,
"Hey."
yeah. Gotcha.
Danny Dyer.
It's just a prank. Danny Dyer.
Hello, boys.
Yeah, God.
Can you imagine?
Just drinking from the old goblin, brother. Stop.
What do you mean? Mush?
I see we've miscast here.
Idris Elba's just,
Yeah, Idris.
great, yeah.
Lovely, good. I'm glad about that.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Now that I've just thought about that, going back to the question that Plot asked earlier, what I would like to see happen is I would love to see Gerwin get serious, just to see what it's like.
What do you mean by get serious?
Like, because obviously everything is just a joke. Everything's like, because he's such a powerful character.
Yeah.
Like, nothing bothers him. I'd like something to happen where he's like, you sure? Do you know what I mean? Like, gets a bit serious and like,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay. I think that's quite a cool
Takes
thing.
the gloves off a bit and shows his prowess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing. The problem is I don't think there's anything that can in this realm that's Gerwin worthy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I'd like to see that, like,
Yeah.
just to see like something challenge Gerwin a little.
Yeah, that's cool. I was going to write part 2 of the short story that I sent in earlier, but as I got to writing it, it started to be a lot longer than I expected. So instead, I tried something a little different. See the attachment. This is more of a comic book style, and I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Loved it.
Loved
I
it.
have read it. I have printed it.
Yep.
And I'm going to take it home and show the missus and that.
And we're also selling copies of it.
Yeah.
So I hope you don't mind.
In fact, here is the comic. Let's do some over music again. Ba 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 da ba ba. And that's Power Rangers. Bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba ba. I've just changed the beat. That's beautiful.
I don't know why we sync that so well, but I couldn't get through it for the laughing, sadly. But mate, I hope you watch that back, and that's great. I fucking hope you watch that back, and it's great. Hey, fellas, as much as I adore your tangents when it comes to emails,
Okay.
you had a lot of emails last week. So we are going to go for quick-fire questions today.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck to you. Quick fire. Yeah.
Let's define quick fire before we start.
Oh, she's done it for us, don't worry.
Okay.
First answer that comes into your head, no need to explain it. So are you going to answer and I'll answer, or should we do you answer, then I answer?
I'll answer, you answer.
All right, the whole way through. Okay. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Tea. Missionary or doggy?
Missionary.
Missionary. Cake or crisps?
Crisps.
Cake. Giving or receiving?
Giving.
Giving. What one day would you choose to live over again?
How's that quick fire?
I know, that is a
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
tough question.
One day I'd like to live over again.
Only because it's quick fire. I'm just going to give a random answer. But I'll pick the day that we took our little ones to the park together.
Cool. Like
I
it.
really enjoyed that day. What's a lesson that you had to learn the hard way? Oh, to pick one. Jesus Christ. I've learnt many lessons the hard way.
Mm-hmm. To sound... I don't have to explain it, do I?
No.
Nobody's coming to save you.
God. Love hurts.
Jesus Christ. Two of the most needing to be explained answers.
Oh, God.
What are two things that you've learned the hard way? No one's coming to save you and love hurts. Don't explain them. Okay.
Okay.
But you only got those answers because we don't have to explain them. So.
Yeah, that is literally it. That is it. What's your biggest turn on?
Ryan.
Gaz. Let's go out of that one. What's your best quality?
I'm ginger.
My eyes. That I know, Gaz. What's your favourite song to belt out? Literally doing this.
Go on.
Mine is Creep. I'm not doing it.
I mean, I might put it in the...
I was going to... Hey, I did do it earlier.
No, I've deleted it.
All right, let's just admit it. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
It was the sound. So our sound check was me and Ryan singing Creep the entire sound check.
I wish I was special.
'Cause I'm a creep.
I'm a widow.
Oh, what the hell am I doing here?
I don't belong here. She's running out the door. Fantastic.
And yes, we do soundtracks, all those sound shit. So,
All right. God. What was your choice?
oh God, I've got a few. I Am Tongi Monsters.
I'll have to listen to that later.
You'll love it.
I'm sure I will. What's your strangest quirk?
I'm ginger.
Come on.
That's strangest quirk. Some of these I can't just.
Off the cuff. You know, impossible.
What's your strangest quirk?
I'm attracted to manatees. No, I
Hence the podcast.
Yeah. No, hang on. No. Stop that. No, I didn't get that at all.
I'll tell you what, you do me, I'll do you. Well, I'll tell you your strangest quirk, you tell me mine.
Go on then.
The thing is, they're not really strange.
Yours is your ability to accidentally be hilarious, I think.
It's not really, I wouldn't call it strange. Because
you're
you've got
right.
many a quirk,
Yeah,
but they're not strange quirks.
I agree.
Like your quirk to turn everything into a dad joke is great. Like finding dad jokes in weird general
That's
conversation.
Not really strange, is it?
No. That's what I mean. It's not a strange quirk. Like, it's not like, yeah, you know, every time you sneeze, you tickle your testicles. Like, it's not, that's a strange quirk.
I'll tell you what your strangest quirk is.
Okay.
Your ability to make up something on the spot, completely random.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That is a strange quirk.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I don't have one. That's it.
No, I just said you're joking.
That, yeah. I think that's.
I mean,
yeah. Okay, I agree with that. Yeah. What would be the title of your memoir? Love hurts. Nah.
One day at a time. The memoirs of Gaz Hughes.
Nice. Why does it always rain on me?
That'd be so true for you as well.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, once, when Ryan used to work with me, I bought everyone in the office like motivational kind of, or inspirational,
Yeah, that's the best word.
not post canvases,
Yeah.
that I thought were relevant to them. And my one for Ryan was a picture of an umbrella.
Yeah.
And over the top of it, it said, Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain.
And my God, do I dance. My God. Yeah. How do you... Don't explain them.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Sorry.
How do you relax after work?
Elijah.
Atlas. What would I never guess about you?
My date of birth? I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know.
I
My,
think
my
yours,
address.
yours would be that you're a weapon on Chaos and Conquest.
What? That's... weird thing to say.
Yeah, but no one would guess that you play Chaos and Conquest. Well, we do the quest, actually, which is pretty nerdy.
What would I never guess about?
I collected brass as a child.
Brass?
Brass.
Not bras.
Nope.
The metal brass.
I would walk around boot fairs with my mother, and I would buy interesting pieces of brass. I once, in a school assembly, presented my collection of brass to the school. There's one thing you would never guess about me.
So true. I would never guess that about you.
Yep, there we have it. I now have a few bronze figures still from my lovely nan, but
I love that.
yeah,
I
I'm
don't
so
know
glad
that.
that came into my brain as well at that moment.
I don't know anything that you wouldn't guess about me. I'm a fairly open book. Is there anything you can think of?
You like to be gagged?
I mean, yeah. That's fair.
One, how do you know that?
Oh, I know how you know that. I just couldn't tell you at the time.
Yeah. Stay classy, you absolute beasts. Love you always.
I just couldn't tell you at the time. Stay classy.
Classy as ever. Fucking, we love it.
Something about me. Love to be gagged. Stay classy, gents.
Yeah.
Ah,
As always, love your input. Hey up, lads. So, I wanted to give you a happy update, as I feel like whenever I email, it's so bloody depressing. I showed my sister your episode, and she thanked you for your advice and agrees that our dad is in fact a prick.
Excellent.
Great. I'm so glad that we could help with that. I'm going to plan a trip to Bournemouth so I can visit her and my brother again. It's been quite a long time. We're just going to carry on living our own lives. He doesn't deserve any of us, and honestly, should probably just get the snip at this point to avoid any more mistakes. Anyway, thank you so much for your advice for them. It's good to feel a little vindicated in our emotions, and to know not everyone is like him. We've all come so far without him, and I know we'll continue to do so. Fuck that bitch. Much love and stay fabulous.
Love you.
Love you lots, yeah. Thank you for the
yeah.
update as well.
That's great to hear. I'm glad we could help. It's really nice to hear.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. I think sometimes we say stuff. We don't know if it lands, if it sticks.
Yeah.
So I'm
also glad that you took the jokey bits in the right way. So I know some people could take offence to that kind of thing, but
yeah, and that your sister enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
So that's great,
Good.
lovely stuff. Yeah. So what have we got next?
Now it's time for something that everyone seemed to enjoy last time we did it.
Lovely.
Which is a bit of Am I the Arsehole?
Oh, I love Am I the Arsehole.
Now, something that's really irritated me about this,
Oh,
I'll tell you now,
tell me now.
is prior to us doing Am I the Arsehole on here, I only ever saw, like, you know them TikToks of like a AI voice reading it with like some game playing underneath.
Yeah.
I only ever saw Am I the Arseholes on that. And
Yeah.
I thought, it's quite unique, it's quite good. Since then, I've seen about 40 other podcasts that do Am I the Arsehole.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I've seen two females do a podcast and they do Am I the Arsehole?
Okay. Yeah, I'd never seen it before, but now that we've done it, I see it everywhere. I just want to clarify, we're not copying them.
No.
I thought this was original.
Yeah. We somehow thought that Am I the Arsehole would be original.
It was an original idea. But anyway.
Also, feel free to send in your dilemmas if you feel like you're an arsehole or
that'd
not.
be awesome.
Yeah, that would be steamy.
Am I the arsehole for not wanting to let service people use my bathroom? Short backstory. A year ago, I hired a guy to service my koi pond on a weekly basis. He's a good old boy, and we've had great convos during some of his visits. We've talked about everything from his divorce to politics. Overall, he's a nice guy. Lately, he's been asking to use my bathroom while he's here. He wades around ponds for a living, so he's pretty gross. That's to be expected with his job. I've said yes twice. The first time he used it, he wiped blood from his cut finger on one of my towels and didn't tell me about it. It was in the guest bathroom, which I don't use much, so I didn't see the bloody towel for a couple of days. By then, the stain had set in, and I couldn't get it out. The second time he used it, he left drops around the toilet on the floor, and he left the seat up. I live alone, and this is kind of disgusting to me. He always texts me when he's on my way. I miss our convos, but I can't deal with the bathroom issue. Since his last bathroom visit, I've pretended I'm not at home. I don't know how to tell him I don't want him asking to use the bathroom. Does that make me an arsehole?
No. At first, yes. Upon hearing that he treats it like his own bathroom and is a bit of a dosser for it, I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes and no.
Well, yeah. Unless, to be honest with you, you just got to have a conversation with him. But that is the be-all and end-all of it. Like, grow a pair.
Yeah.
And just say, look, I'm happy if you use my bathroom, but you've left blood on a towel and you've left droplets around the seat. Like, I'm not here to clean up after you. If you used it, please leave it how
exactly that
you went in there.
I also don't think, because am I the arsehole for not wanting to let service people use my bathroom? You had a bad experience with one guy.
Oh, yeah.
If you're now relating that to every service person, that's a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah. Because denying people to use the toilet is
especially if
awful.
they're servicing on your property.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's a dick move. You would just have to speak to him and say, like, don't. And if he refused, I'd be like, oh, don't let me use your fucking bathroom then. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
And I also wouldn't relate that to everybody that works.
No, God, no. I've definitely worked at places where I've been refused to use that. They're like, sorry, we don't let people use our bathroom. And it sucks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because then you've got to like drive out to like a McDonald's or a CAF or whatever, or the local whatever, and that sucks. The problem is like some people, I get it.
Yeah.
But like if I don't know, I
think the issue is that some people have no like qualms about just using it as if it's their own.
Yeah.
Like having a massive dump, like, and just dirty it. Like if I ever went to the toilet in someone else's house, I'm making sure that toilet is cleaner than when I left it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Spick and span.
Yeah.
So you're not an arsehole, but you are an arsehole. You're not an arsehole because they've clearly mistreated your bathroom.
Yeah.
But you are an arsehole because you need to have a conversation with them about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
agreed.
They're very 50-50, a lot of these, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are and they aren't.
Now, this one's a bit longer, but I liked the thing and I wanted to get your opinion. So just bear with me.
We like the content of it.
Yeah. Am I the arsehole for not letting my friend babysit my kids?
Okay.
I, 32 female, am in a pretty big friend group with about 10 other people. Some are single and some are couples. Maybe once every month, we couples go out together without our single friends, and our single friends do the same sometimes. For the past 3 years, when one of our friends from the group who is single has heard about us planning these outings, she's very eagerly asked if she can babysit our kids. We've always said yes, and since our kids know her, and she's very good with our kids from what we've seen. So it became like a thing that she babysat, we almost never asked, she was the one who did it. Our kids like her, and it's worked well. I started off slowly and just a little, but when we were out as a group, she started joking about how misbehaved our kids are. Nowadays, she full-on insults both our kids and our parenting skills, saying things like, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I need 2 days off to be rested after taking care of their kids, in front of the group. She says other stuff too, but it's always things like this. No one else who has watched our kids has complained about them. From what we see, our kids are pretty well behaved. We always ask her how things were when picking up our kids, and she's always happy and talks about what they did and how she can't wait to meet them again. When we noticed how she talked more like she had negative experiences, we tried to ask her if everything really was great, if we could do anything different. To this, she always said no and talked about how wonderful they were. This is something that made me and my husband eventually grow very tired of. So when she asked us if she could babysit the next weekend, we told her no and that we had already had another babysitter. She asked us why, and we explained, like we have done before, that we don't appreciate her talking like she does about us or our kids, that we feel like we've tried to make things better, but that we eventually felt like it would be better if someone else babysat. She has not answered us, and when we told another couple about this, they said that we probably hurt her feelings, and that since our kids like her, it's not even a big deal. We've started to feel like maybe if it was unnecessary of us not to let her babysit, because it's true that our kids like her, and has never said or done something to suggest otherwise. We feel like arseholes here because we may have ruined a great friendship, and even worse, we may have ruined the relationship our kids have with her over nothing. She's also put at the bottom a couple of other things she said as an example.
Yeah.
If you need to hear those.
I'd be interested to hear those, yeah.
So another thing she said, oh, great that you two came today, although it maybe is better if you would have been at home actually raising your kids.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
My name and my husband's name should really learn from you two when talking about another couple and their kids. You guys would never be able to babysit their kids for even 1 hour. No wonder so-and-so is at work all the time with the kids like that. What's your thinkings?
Fuck her.
100%.
Fuck that bitch.
Jesus, mate.
I've got to be honest with you, right? I didn't know I could ever really be that insulted unless someone insulted my child. And then I immediately get my back up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think the things that person is saying are ludicrous. Like, they are genuine insults.
Yeah. Especially if... I feel like she's gone every step. Like, I understand there are kids that are really difficult.
Yeah.
And it may not be always a pleasure. But she's gone every step that she possibly could to make sure that the babysitting was asking her how it is. Is there anything we can do better? Or not? No, everything's fine. They were a delight. I really like them. And then just bitching about the kids behind there.
I've got to say as well, to be like, I spoke to my friend and they were like, oh, you hurt her feelings. Fuck her feelings. She's been hurting yours for way too long.
Yeah.
Saying shit like that about your kids.
Oh, mate. When I read that, I was like, what a
Yeah.
like, I can't
No, you're
say
not an
that.
arsehole.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I totally agree though.
Mm.
And I can imagine that friend as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Trying
that
to be
friend.
jokey and like funny. Oh, well, no.
God.
Go away.
But,
Yeah. It's
oh
not
no,
funny.
they're really lovely. But in front of people, I'm going to pretend they're awful.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a bitch.
Because the thing is, you're not only insulting their kids, do you know what I mean? Which is like the most precious thing to them. You're also insulting their parenting. You know, you're saying that the husband is trying to get away to work because his kids are so awful.
God, honestly.
You know, you should take lessons from X, Y, Z. Are you mental? Like,
oh, mate.
and then going, oh, but can I babysit? No,
No, you can get
can't.
fucked.
Yeah, get away from my children.
Yeah, how about that? How about you're a bitch and I hate you?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I would say on this is, if your kids really like her, I wouldn't stop her seeing the kids entirely.
No, I do
Because
agree
if
with
they've
that.
developed a relationship with her where they see her as a caregiver, it could be
Detrimental.
misconstrued as like abandonment as opposed to her being... Because they're not going to understand, are they?
No, but upon saying that, like, she doesn't strike me as a character that's great to have around your children.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't strike me as a character who's great to have around anyone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I just fuck that.
If that's your attitude, then...
Yeah, like, 'cause it's not being funny. If I've got someone looking after my children, she's like, God, they're so misbehaved. Well, maybe you shouldn't be around them then. Like, if you can't control them, should you even be around them?
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, all kids will misbehave if allowed
Yeah,
to
of course,
misbehave.
yeah.
So if she's not, babysitting and looking after them, I don't want you around them then.
Yeah. I think the worst part of that for me is the fact that they're checking after she's babysat if everything's okay. And I think it would be very different if she was like, oh no, it was awful. They don't stop doing this. They don't stop doing that. I really don't enjoy it, blah, blah. Then, you can correct it from there. But if you're going, no, they're an absolute blessing. When can I see them again? Blah, blah, blah. What are you being a prick for? Do you know what I mean?
Why are you being like that? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because first of all, I was going to say, well, like we always do, communication, if you haven't said something. But they've done all that.
Yeah, they literally have been through all the correct steps. And
I
your
hate
friend's
that they've
still being
spoken to another couple, and the other couple said that as well.
Yeah. You might have just hurt her feelings.
What about mine?
Yeah. She's insulting my kids, right?
I'm really glad you read those last comments, because that was really like nail in the coffin for me. That really let me know that.
I could tell after the first comment you went.
I was shocked.
Like, how could dare you?
I thought they were
I'd
going to
also
be
like
way more tame.
I'd also like to know what their reaction to it is. Like when she says it, I'd be like, what? Because I know if I babysat Atlas and then we were in a group like just chilling, chatting, and I was like, God, yeah, she couldn't spend a day with them kids. I need to cut that kid. I would need a couple of days to recover. You'd be like, sorry, what?
Yeah, I know. Like, I would literally cut you dead and be like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I asked you and you said it was fine. So why are you now saying that?
they're obviously quite shy people,
Yeah.
these parents, and that's why they feel bad.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't.
There's no way you're saying that about my kids in front of a friend group, and I'm going like, oh,
Oh, the naughty.
oh no. They can just be cheeky sometimes.
That is clearly quite a loud, bashful friend
Yeah.
that's saying all those comments.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
imagine
quite...
maybe like a lead in the friend group,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Oh, well, that's just Susan.
yeah.
You know what she's like.
Ooh, little terror.
Yeah, God. Maybe she's a misbehaved one. Maybe she needs sorting.
Miscreant.
Yeah, no, not an arsehole. I'm massively not.
Yeah. Okay, last one.
Lovely.
Am I the arsehole for telling another mother our children aren't close anymore due to intelligence levels?
Oh, shit. Uppercut. Crikey.
My daughter, let's call her Sophie, used to be best friends with Kat. Name's made up for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
They used to be best friends in elementary school, but ever since middle school, they've started to grow apart. The school split the kids into advanced and normal for math and science. All other classes are still together. My daughter got placed in the advanced, and Kat got placed in normal. No big deal, they still see each other in school, and they were still close friends until group projects. There have been multiple group projects and kids get to pick their partners. Kat and Sophie usually work together, and that is when issues started happening. Sophie would get really frustrated that work that Kat did wasn't correct. I told her to just turn it in without fixing it, and she got a bad grade on that assignment. After that, Sophie went through a period of time fixing stuff, and after a while I told her to stop doing group projects with her. So they stopped doing group projects together, and the friendship blew up. So they're not friends anymore. It's Sophie's birthday and invites were sent out. Kat wasn't on the invite list my daughter made. I got a call from her mum asking why she wasn't invited. I informed her that they aren't really friends anymore. She said invite her anyway, since this is just a spat. I told her the people invited were the people my daughters wanted at the event. This went on for a while and came to why they weren't friends anymore, and I said it was due to both girls' intelligence levels and tried explaining the group project issue. She got pissed, accusing me of calling her kid dumb. I never said that, and she called me a jerk.
Oh, cutting.
Thoughts?
I don't think you're a jerk for that, to be honest with you. An arsehole, sorry for that. Oh, my God. I think that is really, really hard ground to explain. I don't think the wording of that's very kind. Do you know what I mean? Your kid's not intelligent enough to be friends with my kid. I think if you just left it at they've not been getting on at school due to projects.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say anything about...
Doesn't need to be about intelligence.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That's why I would think you're an arsehole, is because you essentially called her kid dumb.
Yeah, that is what you did.
Whether you said it exactly, it's basically what you said.
Do you know what I mean? Beating around the bush is still beating around the bush. You're still saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
Your kid's not dumb enough to... your kid's too dumb to hang around my kid. That's not okay to say to someone.
I mean, keeping it as they just don't get on anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happened. I'm not them. They just don't get on.
Yeah, they've done a few projects together at school. Not seen eye to eye on things. They're just not really friends anymore.
Kids grow apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Stop forcing yourself onto my child. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that you are the arsehole in that situation, that scenario. I do think you're right in backing your daughter.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of parents would just be like, oh, it's fine, just invite her. I think you're good for backing your daughter and being like, no, this is her party, this is who's invited.
Definitely.
But you could have gone about it a better way.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I think it's a very... It's a... I don't think they're an arsehole. I think that'd be very strong. I just think they could have handled it better.
Yeah.
I think they were right in almost every action other than bringing intelligence into it.
Yeah.
Like, that is my only gripe.
I was once told not to hang around, or I know a friend of mine got told not to hang around with me.
That was
anymore.
me.
That's why we do this late at night.
Yeah, I know. So nobody knows. Yeah.
No, when I was in year 7, my best friend, who's still my best friend now, to be fair.
Bit rude, I'm sat right here, but fine. I mean, just fucking... Fuck it. Oh, Eve, I know I'm not wanted. Do you want to ring him? Do you want him to come to the podcast? Do you want to do that? Fucking no. Go on, carry on.
I don't want to say it.
No, go with story. Go with story. Yeah, what did you do, your best friend? Anyway, join us next week on Friendmantic.
Whoa. That's too far.
Not best friendmantic, just friendmantic.
That's bro.
Well, carry on story anyway. Carry on story.
All right.
What did you do in your best buds? I see you powered.
I stabbed his pencil case, all right?
Okay.
And we got told we couldn't hang around again. All
Yeah,
right?
I see, because you're best friends, you powered through. That's good. That's a good story.
That's the end of Am I the Arsehole? Am I the Arsehole for saying someone else was my best friend when Ryan was sitting here?
Yes. Yeah, comment that. Comment your thoughts on that moment. I'll be interested to hear what people got to say about that one. I've got a story.
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. I swear to Christ.
What?
I'll leave.
You'll leave. My soul's already gone. I'm just a shell of a man here right now. So
Don't say stuff like that. You haven't said it and it
you
hurts.
just said I don't
You
say
haven't
stuff
said
like
it and
that.
it hurts already, so stop. Right. I love you, okay?
It's not as much as your best friend. Just because I can't have stories about stabbing your pencil case doesn't mean I'm not not your best friend, all right? It's a bit of a low point for the podcast.
I love you, Ryan. Let me pull up the episode where I told you all the stuff I loved about you.
Oh, I forgot we did that episode.
Do you remember that?
Crikey. Yeah,
Go and rewatch that and then come back. All right? In a much more cheerful mood.
God, Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Yeah, that's the end of Am I the Arsehole?
now look at me. Crying on the podcast. This was in year 7. It's 20 years ago. And I'm a fucking prick.
What an arsehole.
Fucking wish you
It
did
was
stop
over
banging
20
around
years
here.
ago now.
Over 20 years ago, yeah.
What, 20...
23, 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Cool, you've been best friends a long time, haven't you?
Fuck off. Jesus Christ.
Best pals. I bet that's what you wrote
Just
on
get on
the
with the
pencil
next
case, wasn't it?
segment.
Best friends for life. on the back of the pencil case. Written permanent marker.
Come on.
I don't even know what's next. It was dad talk.
Dad talk, yeah.
Yeah.
Got something that I want to talk to you about because I feel like it'll irritate you just as much as it irritated me.
I've already been fully irritated, so play it on me.
I had a phone call from my son's school the other day.
Alrighty.
Now, the phone call, my son's not well, and he'd gone in. They'd spoken, my missus had spoken to the reception, and they'd basically said, because he had a rash and that, they'd take him home, get him checked by the doctor, come back after the doctor's asked, or whatever the doctor says. I got a phone call. Now, I never get phone calls from the school,
Yeah.
just to confirm. The phone calls always go to my missus. This was a phone call from the head teacher of his school. And she said, I'm really sorry I've called you, but your number was first on the list. I said, right, that's fine. Do you want me to call Mum? I was like, no, that's fine. You can talk to me.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And obviously passed on the message of what she needed to say, which was he can't come back to school for 4 days. They've been advised, blah, blah, blah.
Can I just... at the end of this, does she say, can you please let Mum know? Oh, I knew that was going to be...
Yep.
I knew that was going to be the ending.
Can you let Mum know? Or do you want me to ring Mum and let her know? I'm like... I said to her on the phone, I was like, no, it's fine. You can tell me. Like...
Do you know what? I thought, what's the most irritating thing that she could do? And and I was like, yeah, I bet it's going to be that.
I put the phone down, and you're just sitting there, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm his parent. Why are you... And also, it just clarifies to me that my number is first on the list, but yet they've never called me once. They always call the missus. Always call Jade. Every time.
That's so
But
crazy.
it's been confirmed that I'm first on the list. And they go, Dad's number, Mum's number, Mum. Oh, my God. Mental.
So, when the phone call ended, were you quite chill and then it kind of like got to you?
No,
or did it end and you were like,
because when she was saying it, I was going, it's fine, you can tell me. On the phone, I'm like, because she kept saying about mum. And I'm like, but you can just tell me, it's fine. I'm really sorry for calling you, but what do you mean you're sorry for calling me? And the most annoying fucking thing is, majority of days, I drop him to school.
Yeah.
Because I drop him and then I come to work most days. Unless I've got an early start, I'll drop him to school every day. So I see this fucking woman every day.
God. So, do you think that she's had that many negative experiences with calling dads that's why she's that way?
I just think it's a stigma.
You just think it's just stereotyping on the whole?
Yeah. It's a similar thing to when he was in nursery and the same thing happened. I called the school about something, to the nursery to talk about something.
Yeah.
And they called Jade back.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah. It's big, but like, it blows my mind.
Yeah. And it's like, and I spoke to Jade about it, and I told her how irritated I was. I was like, it's unbelievable. And like the fact that I see this woman every fucking day.
Yeah. And
yet suddenly I'm not good enough to talk to her about what's going on with my son. Like,
what did Jade say?
So Jade had a different opinion.
Okay,
and
wait.
She's...
I wanna... Yeah, go on.
All right. So she thought it was stupid as well. Don't get me wrong. She didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
But she thinks the reasoning is because she thought she was disturbing me at work. And she was like, she thinks you're at work and I'm at home, so she's free to call me. But if she calls you, you're being disturbed, is the way she took it.
Now, I massively see where Jade is coming from, but I think the wording would change if she thought she was disturbing you at work. She would be, I'm really sorry, are you at work at the moment? Is it all right for me to speak, or should I call mum?
Mm.
That would be the wording if you were at work.
Yeah. And
to be
I
like,
don't
I'm so
see it like
your
that.
name was first on the list.
But, yeah. But the other thing that annoys me is, after I've said the first time, no, it's fine, you can talk to me. Like, it's fine. To continue to reaffirm that I must tell mum.
Oh, that's the
do you know what I mean?
bit.
Like, that's the... Like, can you make sure you pass on to mum this message?
Not only that, but are you capable? Because otherwise I can call mum. I'd be like, are you fucking mad? Like... Oh, actually, yeah, can you ring her and let her know? Because I can't actually pass messages on to the fucking mother of my child.
I said, if she rings me like that again, I'll pretend I don't know who Elijah is.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, should I just call mum? I'll be like, mum of who?
Oh, God.
What school is this? Yeah. My son goes to school. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, goodness. Oh, he's not well? No, mum deals with that. Sorry, no, that's not me area.
I'd just be like, oh my God, I totally forgot to pass on that message last time. Just so stupid like that. Like,
it's just infuriating.
That's bonkers, that whole thing.
Part of me would understand. The other thing that Jade said was one of the reasons she might have been like that is because there's quite a high, in the area we live, there's quite a high population of single mothers or parents who are not together. And obviously we don't say whether we're together and stuff like that on forms or anything. So my answer to that was every event at the school we turn up to together.
Not only that, but like you drop him at school every day.
Yep.
Which means he's probably staying with you.
I'll pick him up.
If that's the case.
Well, I mean, she picks him up most of the time, but I'll drop him every day. And I see her on the way in. I say good morning. And then when we're at events, when we're at events, like when we go and see shows or if we go to an event and all, we turn up together. Mm. We go in, we go to the event, we say good morning to the teachers, we come out. All of a sudden, I'm not good enough to talk to you about my son. Fuck, did my head in. Like, infuriated me.
That's so left field. That's not where I thought this was going. That's just not at all.
If you're a teacher and you're watching this, you can talk to the dads too.
Dads matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very infuriating moment for me.
No, I think you're the arsehole in that.
I wanted to talk to you. I was just like, mate, honestly, this is fucking ridiculous.
You know what? That's what you should have pretended it wasn't you. And then am I the arsehole for being annoyed at the head teacher of my school?
Oh,
that's how you should have done it, yeah. And then you got my true opinion of it.
Well, why is this not your true opinion?
No, I mean, but because it's you, I'm like, fucking Team Gaz, do you know what I mean? I'm your best friend.
You'd have been like... Stop. Just stop it.
Do you know how many times I've had a joke for that?
Just stop. I love you, okay?
Look. Just it is what it is. It was said on the podcast.
Do you want me to just say it?
Say what?
Do you want me to say it?
Say what?
Do you want me to say it?
What is it?
Is this like an I love you situation where I've got to say it for it to mean something?
No. What this is I've just got to get it. I've got to get it off my chest.
Okay.
All right. I've got to continue to make some jokes. You got to feel bad for a bit because I felt bad when he said it. So now you've got to feel bad. You know, like when people in relationships get hurt and they've got to hurt the other one a little bit, just so they know.
It's toxic, but I'll go with it. It's toxic, but for you, it's worth it. Okay.
So toxic.
It's worth it if it means that I'll remain okay with you. I'll go through that.
Hey, at least I'm hurting you with humour, not lifelong trauma. So that's one thing. I've got to go the rest of my life now, knowing that I'm second. Hey, I don't even third. Maybe, who knows? Do you know what? Actually, there's a podcast where they do a lie detector test on it. I don't know if you've seen it. And they asked one of them. Yes, I can't think of that guy's name. He's a very famous podcaster. Fizz. Oh, I can't think of his name. He does it with another Philly. That's it. Yeah. Philly. And he does a lie detector test with the guy that he started all the podcasting with. And
I think no, it's with yes, I know. It's not podcasting. They're just YouTubers.
YouTubers, sorry, yeah. And they say to him, like, if you had to do this all over again, would you choose to do it with someone else?
And it started like a big argument. And that.
Yeah. Because
what's the other guy's name?
I've got no idea.
LV.
LV, is it?
LV, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I imagine if we were doing a podcast and you're like, do you wish you started with someone else? And you were like, no. It's like, you're lying. I'd be like, well...
Just know that it wouldn't be lying.
All right, okay, well.
Means nothing now.
Yeah, I know. It's safe. Beans have been spilt. Milk's gone sour. I don't know. Don't know if these expressions are even working, but
anyway, back to dad talk.
Yeah, back to dad talk. Yeah, but no, that's. I'm really glad you brought that up.
Really infuriated me.
Yeah. On that note of that, because obviously Atlas doesn't go to school yet or anything like that. That is something I am dreading.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it would be like I've heard about it, obviously. But
It's
I
so
didn't
poignant.
think it would be so in your face. Like, yeah. Like proper in your face. It's almost like the babysitting comment. I rank it on the same level as that. When someone refers to you looking after your kid as babysitting, it's like I rank it, I put it on the same level as that. It's just like, what are you doing?
Hi, is this the man that occasionally looks after Elijah? No, I'm his dad. I take care of him all the time. Oh, should we talk to Mum?
You probably don't know this stuff, do you?
Yeah.
But if there's some maintenance to do around the house, you'll probably take care of that, won't you?
Yeah.
What's it? A main to who?
No, there's no maintenance there. It's just me. I live there. Oh, fucking what a wild comment that is. Yeah, but I dread because I heavily want to be involved in his schooling and stuff like that. And I do worry that I'll miss things that I need to know where, I know Becca will tell me, but like, I just feel like I wish the school would speak to me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I do really feel that is definitely going to be something. I don't know. I just think I thought that would have been washed out a little bit more, but clearly not.
Definitely not.
That's crazy. I still can't get over the wording of that.
Yeah. Do you want me to call Mum? Can you pass that on to Mum, or shall I call her?
Should I call her?
Yeah.
Are you a buffoon? Do you need me to do this bit for you? Are you okay?
I know we've just gone over everything. It was a really basic message.
Yeah.
Don't bring him to school for 4 days. So what you're saying, if I turn up tomorrow, he can't come in.
What you should have done, you should have turned that with him and been like, oh, I didn't let Mum know.
When I left this morning, she didn't tell me anything.
Oh, God, that would be so funny, wouldn't it? She'd be like, I knew I should have called her. It's me! I'm dropping him in!
No, what she would have done is gone, I spoke to someone yesterday.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Got the number on the top. Number on the top.
My number!
The one who's your contact first.
Oh, God. Anyway, The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, just to get your opinion.
Great.
So, the other day, Elijah's school were holding...
Oh, that shit show again.
They were holding a seminar? Not seminar is probably the wrong word.
Bold. What was the reading?
It was like an interactive thing for parents to come along.
Okay.
To talk to you about how to read to your child.
Okay, yeah, I'll say seminar.
Now, as you know, I read to Elijah every day or every night.
Incorrectly, possibly.
Now, it was come if you want to come. There was no, like, you must turn up for this.
Right.
It was like, just letting you know we're holding this. If you feel like you want to come, then feel free. What would you have done in that situation?
Let Mum know. Oh, yeah, I've gone, yeah.
You'd have gone?
Yeah.
No, you did. So I was like, well, I don't need that. I'll read to them all the time. No need for me to go to that at all.
So I find things like that, so even if I disagree with them, if I could go and be like, rubbish. It's why I go through TikTok and Instagram looking at parenting reels all the time. I love to see the different ways people want to do things and stuff like that. It really interests me.
Now,
I
thought this till half an hour before the seminar. I'm going to keep calling it a seminar because it's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, it's fine.
Till half an hour before. And then it dawned on me how fucking pig-headed I was being.
Oh, yeah.
But I know everything about reading to my kid. No one could possibly teach me a thing.
Yeah.
And it was me, and I was sitting with Jade's mum at the time, just watching some telly.
I can picture the epiphany now.
And I sat there, and I was like, because it was being held half an hour before the kids finished school.
Yep.
So I was going to pick Elijah up anyway. It was half an hour before the kids finished school. And I kind of turned to her, and I was like, got this reading thing starting at 3:00. Like, I should go to that, shouldn't I? Like, I'll if I don't learn anything, at least I've gone, like, and showed, because it's so pig-headed of me to go, I know everything about that, so there's no need. And obviously I went. Do you know what I
Did
mean?
you know anything?
I knew everything.
You know.
So I'm just going to throw it out there. I did know it all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my whole attitude to it within that, like, minute completely switched. So I was quite interested to see what your instant reaction would be. Yeah. And apparently you're a better human than I am.
No. I just find it's an interest of mine. It's definitely, like I say, I love going through Instagram and TikTok and looking at loads of different parenting styles and the way that people think children should be educated and all stuff like that. And like I say, so a lot of them I agree with, a lot of them I don't. Yeah. But I love the variety of what people think is the right thing to do. And even, like you say, schools and stuff like that, I think a lot of the teaching methods and stuff like that, I think that's not right. Yeah. So I could easily go to something like that and be pig-headed in the fact that they could try and teach me something, but that's wrong. Yeah. So I'm not saying I wouldn't be pig-headed, but I would just be interested to go.
Yeah.
Because they might say something to you, be like, yeah, you should read to them like this. And you're like, what?
The thing is, I could see why it would be helpful. Because there's certain things that I do when I read with Elijah or Elijah reads to me that I overlook in terms of, like, I just did it. Like, it's like, it seems like common sense to me, but I can see that maybe other people may not do it.
Yeah.
But I do because I'm kind of just an amazing human in every sense of the word.
A natural born father.
When I was 2, I knew I'd be a father one day. Yeah. There were actually, no, I tell you, I did learn one thing.
Let's hear it.
You want to know what I learned?
Of course I do.
Allow your child to turn the pages.
That's cool.
Because it helps with reading, yeah, apparently.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it helps them understand when a page ends, they must turn, you know what I mean? Like when the sentence is ending. Yeah. It's one thing I learned.
Cool. There you go.
Now he turns the pages when we read.
Well, that's pretty cool anyway, isn't it? Let him turn the pages. Kind of makes it feel like it's him reading the book. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. About going, just listening to all these points, and I just think it's really interesting, just in case you've missed a fine detail. Yeah. They might even tell you a way to make it fun. Or if there was more reading they should be doing, or less reading, you might be overdoing it. So my mum was told something like this at school, where we were given maths books to complete. And my mum always used to make me complete 2 pages. And they were like, no, only 1.
Yeah.
I'm like, they shouldn't be going home and doing 2 pages. It's excessive.
Yeah.
And the mum was like, sorry about that. And then I had to do 1 page forever. So that's I ended up doing 2 again. But anyway, that's what I mean. Like, you might be thinking, we're doing more. That's great.
Yeah.
And then we're like, no, it's too much. Like, they're at school all day. They should only be going home and doing a bit of reading or something. So
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
things are interesting.
I think they were very much encouraging to keep reading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one of the good things they said as well was that try and use actual books, because a lot of the stuff they supply is on tablets.
Right.
It's all done through technology. They're like, try and do some books with them as well, which I do anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's got.
We've pre-bought books.
Yeah.
Ready to be read, even though he's so young.
Yeah.
And I try and read some of them to him now. Some of the books he loves.
Yeah.
And I read them to him and he sits and we read it. Some of them he couldn't care less, and they're the ones that I really want to read to him.
Oh, really?
We've got one called The Panda and the Mouse. I can't remember. It's something like that.
Yeah.
And it starts off explaining about being brave when you come into an unknown situation and stuff like that, about meeting people and stuff like this. And I always want to read to him, but he always wants to read Peter Rabbit and Counting, which is fine. I've got no problem with reading that. Do you know what I mean? But it's because I've got to put my finger in the puppet. And then, but he understands the concept.
Yeah.
Because he like goes to turn pages. He won't do that till I finish reading the words.
That's good.
Yeah, and sometimes, obviously, it's life, isn't it? I'll be distracted. Someone will call me, and he'll like tug me and be like, "Book." And I'm like, sorry, I've wiggled my finger again. I'm sorry. But yeah, so like, but I think it's great anyway. That I love. It's one of my favourite things in the world when I'm say sitting on the sofa or something, and then I see him walk over to a book, pick it up, and he kind of looks around, and then looks at me. I'm like, "You're going to bring me that book?" And he's like, "I'm going to bring you that book." And then we sit and we read the book for a bit.
Father, it's time.
Yeah, it's book time. Because normally it's the basketball, the football, that's what get picked up. But every now and then we'll go to the book. And I'm like, it's book time, get in there.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we're going to do some reading, some counting. Because I can't wait for homework.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to homework.
So do you know when homework comes in?
No, not a clue, mate.
Oh, really?
Ask Mum.
Yeah, Jade? Yeah, is it? Oh, 6, yeah. 6, yeah.
She'll probably get a notification before I do.
Yeah, I know, yeah. She's already been wrong 3 times. So,
Right. That's the end of that one then.
yeah, it's from me and my best friend, Gaz. My best friend, Gaz. That's it from us.
Please like and subscribe.
See you next week. Well, I would just stop watering. I could just fucking carry on at some point. Have a look.
Upset.
You look like this is emotionally tough for you.